Good morning, students. So, last week I had given the transportation of the human beings and transportation in human beings notes I had given, and related to this you have studied some of the subject, that is blood is a connective tissue in the ninth class. If doubts, then after this lesson, after this part, we will see why blood is called a connective tissue, what are the parts of the blood. Just as you know, why blood is called a connective tissue, because blood connects whole body and transports necessary substances from one part of the body to another part of the body, and whatever the cells and tissues needs that substances, it will transport to tissues and cells. And what are the excretory substances are there, they will brought back to either, if it is gases, carbon dioxide, oxygen, like carbon dioxide from the tissues, it will bring to lungs, and some of the excretory substances, nutrients and all, it will take to the heart, and remaining excretory nutrients it will take to the from the heart to the different tissues and cells, like glucose, amino acids and fatty acids and all, fats and glycerol and all, and from there the tissues, whatever excretory substances are there, that will bring back to heart. So that part we will see today. And if you remember that what are the substances are there in the what are the components of the blood, as already you know, blood consists of plasma is there and corpuscles are there, blood corpuscles. What is why blood RBC, commonly you may also say red blood cells, but they are red blood corpuscles. Corpuscles means which are drowned in a liquid substance, fluid substance. The fluid substance drown the cells which are in the any fluid substance, they are called the corpuscles. So in the plasma, it is a fluid substance. RBC, white red blood cells, white blood cells, platelets, and all are in the plasma liquid. Okay, so that is why they are called the blood corpuscles. And RBC will be there, red blood cells are there, which contains a red color pigment, that is hemoglobin. This structure we will see afterwards. Now let us see quickly about the heart. Blood is a fluid connective tissue, as I told you, and blood consists of a fluid medium called plasma. This is very important, in which the cells and suspended. This is the meaning I told you. Suppose fluid medium called plasma. In this plasma, the cells are suspended. That is why they are called corpuscles. Okay. Now, as I told you, what is the function of plasma? It transports food, carbon dioxide and nitrogen waste in dissolved form. So, it will transport carbon dioxide and nitrogen waste in dissolved form. And oxygen, suppose they will bring back to lungs and heart. If it is carbon dioxide, to the lungs, and nitrogen waste and all that comes to the heart. And from there they will be sent out from the body. And oxygen is carried by the RBC. Why RBC? Red blood cells. Actually, as I think you know, hemoglobin, I told you before also, hemoglobin is a protein, okay, which contains, hemoglobin is a protein which contains 4 iron molecules, atoms, 4, okay, and each iron is able to absorb 1 oxygen. Yeah. Then 1 hemoglobin is able to carry 4 O2 molecules. So where it is? In the RBC, red blood cells, red blood corpuscles. I told you already corpuscles meaning, okay, which are drowned in a suspended in a liquid or plasma. That so these oxygen is carried by RBC, that is in the RBC a pigment, that is the hemoglobin pigment, that is taken by the uh, RBC hemoglobin takes that oxygen to carry from the lungs to the tissues and cells. And many other substances, suppose for example salts are there and other substances, they are also transported by the blood. So we need suppose it is a connective tissue and substances are moving from one part of the body to another part of the body, but a central organ should be there to send and receive, like pumping. One pump should be there. Simply they cannot flow here and there. So one force pumping pressure with high pressure or normal, one pressure that substances or blood has to be pumped whole body and it has to take back from the whole body. That organ should be there. So that is none other than the heart. That organ is called the heart. So that pumping organ to push blood around the body, network of tubes to reach. So how they will, just like imagine a big water tank is there. From the tank, so full city has to get water. Okay, slightly different there. Only water has to be pumped in the tank. It needs pressure. That pressure can be created electricity or mechanical, whatever it may be. Again, that has to be sent to different parts through tubes. Same way here also, the heart needs a network of tubes to reach the tissue, to reach the blood and the other substances to the tissues and the cells and the other systems. For to make it, that network can be required, and it has to be, if it is damaged also, it needs repair also. Okay, now what is the organ? As I told you, that is the human heart. So what is the size of the heart? It is a clenched fist. Means if you close like this, your own fist, clenched fist. Exactly what is heart means? Heart is a strong muscle. First of all, you remember this. What is heart means? Heart is a strong muscle. What is the function of this muscle? You learnt in the 9th class. Muscle function, muscle contracts, relaxes. Contracts, relaxes. Okay. So this contract and relaxation, but it will not elongate. That you remember. Only it contracts and relax. That is the muscles. This one, muscles main character. So heart is a strong muscle. So continuously it contracts and it relaxes. So during that contract and relaxation process, the blood will start moving from the heart to the whole body and from whole body to the heart. Okay. So organ heart pumps blood through body located through thoracic cavity. Where it is located? In the thoracic cavity. Thoracic cavity of the heart means it is below the neck and above the stomach, that area, thoracic cavity. So in between the lungs, heart is situated. So what is heart we learned and where it is situated. And now if you see slightly the structure, a thin transparent 2-layered sac surrounding the heart is called pericardium. Wherever heart, if you see, already I had given the diagram to you, this heart. So 2-layered structure. Okay, heart is, but this diagram, whatever it is, you have to learn. So a thin transparent and 2-layered sac means bag like structure is there surrounding. So what is the structure name is called pericardium. So this will be a 1 mark question. Wow, which layer surrounds the or protects the heart? It is called the pericardium. Cardium, cardiac, that is related to heart. Maybe you have heard cardiologist, cardios, means it is heart. So the layer which is covering the heart is called peri. Peri means upper side. Cardium means heart. Pericardium, the layer which is covering around the heart. So let us see the structure. Structure of the heart. Okay, internally, first of all, basically maybe you are learning this heart structure from your childhood. Slightly when I start drawing, this diagram will be difficult for you to Understand? Okay, first of all, 4 chambers are there. You have learnt last year classification. Our heart starts with 1 chamber organisms: amphibians, fishes, reptiles, aves, and mammals. Okay, so if you see amphibians and all, starts with 1 chamber, and that is the evolution. First 1 chamber. Okay, then next coming to the 2 chambers, upper chamber, lower chamber. Next coming to the 3.5 chambers. Usually 3.5, rarely you will study, but 3.5 chambers. 2 chamber, 1 chamber heart. 2. This is 1 chambered is completely. 2 chambered heart. Okay, and 2.5 chamber, and lastly comes to the 4 chambers. So actually, what you know, heart takes carbon dioxide, heart sends out carbon dioxide and takes in oxygen. So the purpose is, when these are both the gases are there, they should not mix to maintain the body temperature. So this 1 chamber heart, carbon dioxide and oxygen will be mixed. 2 also, one is auricle, only one is there, auricle. If 2 are there, auricle and ventricle, and 3 are there, ventricle, only 1 ventricle, 2 will be auricles, but here separation is not there. When 4 are there, 2 ventricles and 2 auricles, but 1 separate septum, means separating structure is there. Okay, so here carbon dioxide and oxygen blood will not mix together. Here carbon dioxide and oxygen blood will not mix together. Here mixes, when 3.5 mixes, 2 mixes, 1 anyway mixes. So these 3, wherever the heart 1 chambered, 2 chambers, or 2.5 chambers, 3.5 chambers. Here CO2 plus H2O blood mixes. Wherever 4 chambers are there, CO2, H2O, not H2O, CO2, O2 will mix here. Here CO2, O2 will not mix. Where 4 chambers are there. Why? There is a septum which separates the carbon dioxide and oxygen blood for the 4 chambers. So wherever the carbon dioxide and oxygen is mixing, that organisms, if you remember classification, invertebrates, all invertebrates, they cannot separate the O2 and CO2 blood. And in the vertebrates also, first phylum of the vertebrates, in the chordata phylum, first class of vertebrates, fishes, they cannot separate their carbon dioxide and oxygen blood. Next come to the amphibians, because 2 chambers, they cannot also separate CO2, O2. So chordata, fishes cannot separate, amphibians cannot separate. Next class comes reptiles, means snakes and all, they cannot also separate the blood. Next 2 classes are aves and mammals. Aves and mammals, their heart is having 4 chambers, so they can separate O2 and CO2 blood. So the organisms which cannot separate O2 and CO2 blood, they cannot maintain their constant body temperature. For example, fishes, amphibians, reptiles, they cannot maintain their body temperature. If they cannot maintain their body temperature, either they have to go for hibernation or they have to go for estivation to protect from the environment. Means whatever outside the temperature is there, body will adopt that temperature. So they are called cold-blooded animals. They are called cold-blooded animals. Means amphibians, fishes, reptiles. Why they are called cold-blooded animals? Because their body temperature cannot maintain constant. Why they cannot maintain constant? Because their oxygen and oxygenated and carbon dioxide blood is mixing. Whereas aves and mammals, they have 4 chambers and separating with a septum, so they can maintain the constant body temperature. Okay, so now let us see quickly again another video also I will show you. First of all, if you see heart, it has, as I told you, human heart, it has 4 chambers. It has how many chambers? 4 chambers. Okay, and these 4 chambers, already once I told you pericardium will be there. I am drawing very carefully, right side thicker, left side. See, this is what we are drawing is, this is left side, this is right side, and when you keep this your side, this will be right, and this, so left and right. So 4 chambers. Sorry. Okay, 4 chambers, and here flaps are there, here 2, here 3. So upper both the chambers are called auricles. Upper both the chambers are called auricles, and lower both the chambers are called ventricles. So how many chambers human heart is having? 4 chambers. Lower both the chambers are called auricles. Upper both the chambers are called, lower both the chambers are called ventricles. Upper both the chambers are called auricles. So this is left side. No, this is left auricle, left ventricle. This is right auricle, right ventricle, and the total heart separating with the help of a connective tissue, and this is the septum. And between the auricles and ventricles also there are valves are there. There are valves are there. Here the valve is 2 parts, here the valve is 4 parts. Okay, so I will continue this video in the next video too. Okay, so I am stopping here.